All right, it's morning. Let's see what we can do today. So they're going to be busy with this for a little bit. So what we need to start thinking about is our oxygen. Thankfully, we got plenty of oxalite going on right now. Let's get rid of some of these notifications. I don't look at these anymore. And then we need to worry about our food source. I think I'm going to put... Let's go ahead and dig out this area up here. I like to have a two-column sort of situation going. So that'll kind of give us an idea of where everything is going to rest. We don't necessarily... Oh, actually, this will be our plateau, I guess. To get us started, let's get some O2 going. I start off with a couple batteries, just like this, and then a singular... Maybe, no, let's do 2 oxygen generators, and then connect that up. And then when these run out, then I'll add 1 more tile. And, oh, no, actually, 2 more tiles. There. I'm getting confused already. Good job. All right. And let's put our ladder here, and then we'll build up into the sky, or upwards at least, as time goes. We'll also need to think about our research. I'll probably put that 1 more higher up as well. And in fact, let's go ahead and use one of the blueprints that I like to use. I really like using this blueprint mod. So there, let's go ahead and do that just to have it. Put 3 up. I know that's a lot of digging early on. Oop. Okay, somebody was trapped. I have a notification if anybody gets confined, and before they get properly trapped, it lets me know, and that's what that ding was, but they were able to fix their situation pretty quickly, so that's good. Alright, he's already running. We'll get us some O2 going here. And then I believe I'm probably going to go ahead... Well, I have to wait until they've dug stuff out in order to build more. That's one of the things about using blueprints early on. Kind of got to watch for. Let's go ahead and expand all this. I like to have this all handy, just so I know what's going on. And there is a mod I'm using that allows me to see the critters that I have available, both tame and wild, so that's kind of fun. I'm going to prioritize this door so that way this shine bug doesn't come down and get into our stuff, because that would that makes some duplicates unhappy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I just want to make sure that I have the right height there. Let's just go ahead and... This is going to be permanent anyway. That's not oxalite, is it? No, it is oxalite. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and grab some of these. Just mark them for dig. This is another mod I'm using that allows you to shift click and dig stuff out pretty awesomely like that. I like to go ahead and just get this queued up and ready to go so I know what I'm working with. You just got to watch out. Doing it like this kind of haphazardly, sometimes you can run into issues where you don't know what's going on. Ooh, somebody is confined. All right. Well, you're gonna have to figure that one out on your own, unless he gets his head stuck. That's always the worst. Are you gonna jump up? Oh, you're gonna jump up. Okay, there was sand that fell down there. That's fine. You'll figure it out. I believe in you. All right, we do need to get water sooner rather than later, so I'm going to go ahead and prioritize that. And I shouldn't be using 9. I'm really trying to get out of the habit of using 9 as my initial... I should have put that as 6. 6 would have been perfectly fine. They're going for it. It's great. It'd be wonderful. Let's also not dig out that oxalite there. Let's let that naturally decay. And ooh, we got more water up there. So it's about this point where I start kind of looking around the map now that we've kind of opened it up a little bit just to kind of see what's going on. Still no geysers or anything, but that's totally fine. I personally like to go into the germ overlay and use markers. So we have these tiles. There's another mod that I use. They're tags or informational tags. I forget exactly what the mod's called because I'm handy like that. But there's all kinds of tags you can use here. I wonder if I should use... Yeah, I'm going to use the germs rather. Normally what I would do is I would go through and I'd take the tiles and I would say, well, here's a line of stuff, I'm just going to try to avoid this because, you know, in the germ overlay, you can see where stuff is. But once you click out of the germ overlay, you don't know where those germs are, but you can still see the plan of those. And you can help, you know, you can plan out your base accordingly when you're avoiding certain things that way. So, but what I'm going to do is I want to see if there is a biohazard, radiation, flame, biohazard. There we go. This is fun. And it only requires 10 sandstone or 10, you know, whatever, versus the 200. So that's, yep, that's a good choice. That is a good choice. I'm going to use that. Let's put that there and put that there. I really like these tags. It's really helpful for planning. And then that kind of comes in a little bit. There we go. So that way I know at least the shape of what's going on. So I know to avoid that stuff. And I don't see any green over here, so that is going to be a good starting point just to kind of avoid this area. I'm going to put 2 more there just to see what's going on. But now we can see we don't want to get into that area. Even though we know these biomes generally tend to have germs and stuff. It's fine. Oh, and we have a duplicate that I'm just not even paying attention to. Let's see what we got here. So water would be handy. Water is always handy. We have a researcher +7. I generally am kind of picky about what duplicates I bring into my base. Anything that's just +1s, I generally avoid. So we would have 2 researchers cranking through a lot of science really fast. I don't think it's necessary. I think the water, even though we have plenty of water starting out, we don't have access to resupply or replenishing source yet. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that in. And it's just going to sit there and hang out. I mean, it's not going to hurt anything, I don't think, unless we end up flooding this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this here. I'm not going to set it yet, but once this starts getting a little low, I'll have them take that over. And that should be perfectly fine. Okay, so we can go ahead and start thinking about research. Probably should have already done that, but hey, that's how things go. We're going to go ahead and do 2 of the single batteries. I generally replace these with the double-sized batteries once I get that upgrade. And, you know, you're dealing with heat, you're dealing with power. These, I think, only have like 10, and I think the big ones have 40, so it's literally double for the same amount of space. So let's get our station here. And then for these, I like to run it 1 more over, because then I like to put a light beside it, because then it'll improve their work speed. And then from there, we generally will always have another need for more power up here. So I'm just going to go ahead and set these out. I try to keep things as absolutely as simple as possible. You know, I find that using simple solutions for complex problems, if you can do that and get away with it, keeps things a lot more hassle-free, a lot less. They're less of a pain in the ass. Oh man. Okay, come on, words. It's nice to see things still haven't changed. Oh well. We could probably go ahead and dig down into this area, because that'll give us a lot of access to muckroot and just general space. Space is nice. All right. So just to let you know, I mean, in case you're wondering, I'm able to get my colonies up to cycle 100 pretty regularly now. That was a problem before, but now I'm getting to a point where I can do that. I generally always start with, I go in rounds of 2 early on, because might as well. We'll go ahead and start with this, because I think that's important. That's what'll go up here. And the next one up, we can do like the research or whatever. Yeah, I can get it up to about, I can get it past 100 pretty regularly, depending on how the map plays out. I haven't really dealt with space all that much. I've broken space before. I've found magma a couple times. So I haven't really got into the late game too much at all. I'd say I can confidently get to about mid game. And that's where I start having troubles. And that's where, if you guys have suggestions or anything as we go, I'm glad to hear. Glad to take suggestions and tips and advice and all that great stuff. So just let me know. If I'm royally screwing something up, it would be good to know. And I do plan on recording these kind of in batches, so if it comes to the point where I've, you know, gone a few episodes and I haven't done the thing that's been suggested, it's probably because I recorded a batch and I'll be applying that suggestion to the next round of, you know, recording. It's been a while since I've spoken to the void, so this is gonna be fun.